Last month, I met a guy at a gas station driving a 2003 Honda Accord with 287,000 miles on it. Original engine, original transmission, still running like the day he bought it. Meanwhile, I see people junking their Japanese cars at 120,000 miles because they thought reliability meant zero maintenance. Here's the truth. Toyota, Honda, and Subaru build some of the most reliable vehicles on the planet, but they're not invincible. Skip the right maintenance at the right time, and even the best Japanese engine will leave you stranded. I've been working on Japanese cars for over 18 years, and I've learned exactly what separates 300,000-mile success stories from expensive failures. In this video, I'm breaking down the 12 essential maintenance steps that work across all three brands. No fancy equipment, no dealership markups, just proven strategies that keep your Japanese car running strong for decades. Let's get into it. Number 1. Master the oil change interval. Here's where most people get it wrong. They follow the owner's manual blindly, thinking 10,000 miles is fine because that's what the manufacturer says. But I've torn apart too many engines to believe that anymore. Here's my rule based on real-world experience. For turbocharged engines like Honda's 1.5T or Subaru's FA20D-IT, change oil every 3,500 to 4,000 miles. Turbos run hot, and oil breaks down faster under that stress. For naturally aspirated Toyotas and Hondas, stick to 5,000 miles or 6 months, whichever comes first. For Subaru's boxer engines, I recommend 4,000 miles maximum. The horizontal cylinder layout means oil doesn't drain completely, and residual oil degrades faster. Why such conservative intervals? Because I've seen what happens when people don't follow them. Sludge buildup in Honda VTECs, destroyed turbo bearings in Subarus, timing chain failures in Toyotas, all from skipping or delaying oil changes. Use full synthetic oil, always. For most modern Japanese cars, that's 0W20 or 5W30. Check your manual for the exact spec. Mobil 1, Castrol Edge, or manufacturer-branded oils are all solid choices. And always replace the oil filter. I've seen people reuse filters to save $8, then wonder why their engine failed at 90,000 miles. A dirty filter sends contaminated oil right back through your engine. A DIY oil change costs $40 to $60. An engine replacement? Try $5,000 to $8,000. Easy math. Number 2. Don't ignore transmission fluid. Let me be clear. Lifetime transmission fluid is a lie. Whether you're driving a Toyota with a traditional automatic, a Honda with a CVT, or a Subaru with their Lineartronic transmission, that fluid needs changing. Here's what the dealerships won't tell you. Lifetime means long enough to get past the warranty. We're aiming for 300,000 miles, not 100,000. For Toyota traditional automatics, change the fluid every 60,000 miles. Use Toyota WS fluid, not universal ATF. For Honda CVTs, I recommend every 30,000 to 40,000 miles. Honda CVTs are notorious for failing when fluid isn't changed. Use genuine Honda CVT fluid or Idemitsu CVT Type 2. For Subaru CVTs, stick to 30,000 miles. Use Subaru CVT fluid or Idemitsu CVT Type C. Here's the method I use. Simple drain and fill, not a full flush. A flush can dislodge debris that clogs valves and causes shifting problems. A drain and fill removes about 40% of the old fluid, which is enough to keep things healthy without shocking the system. I've seen too many transmissions fail at 80,000 miles because owners believe the lifetime fluid myth. A drain and fill costs $150 to $200. A new CVT, that's $4,500 to $6,000 you'll never get back. Number 3. Replace coolant before it turns acidic. Most drivers wait way too long on coolant changes, and it's killing their engines from the inside. Toyota Super Long Life Coolant, Honda's Type 2, and Subaru Super Coolant all last longer than conventional green stuff, but not forever. After 5 years or 50,000 miles, coolant starts turning acidic. Once that happens, it attacks gaskets, seals, O-rings, and aluminum surfaces. The most common failures I see from old coolant? Water pump leaks, radiator corrosion, and external head gasket seepage. On Subaru's EJ25 engines, acidic coolant accelerates the head gasket problems they're already prone to. On Honda's turbo engines, it can damage the turbo coolant lines. Here's what to do. Flush and refill coolant every 5 years or 50,000 miles. No exceptions. Use the correct coolant for your brand. Pink for Toyota, blue for Honda, green for Subaru, unless your manual says otherwise. Check the coolant overflow tank monthly. Low levels signal leaks, and catching them early saves major repairs. A coolant flush costs $120 to $150. A warped cylinder head? That's $2,500 minimum. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Number 4. Service brake and power steering fluid. Two fluids most people completely forget about until something goes wrong. Brake fluid absorbs moisture over time. Even if you barely drive, water contaminates the system, corrodes ABS sensors, and causes internal rusting of brake lines and calipers. Replace brake fluid every 3 to 5 years. Use DOT3 or DOT4, whichever your car specifies. Never mix them. For power steering fluid, this only applies if your car has hydraulic steering. Many newer Hondas and Toyotas use electric power steering, which has no fluid. But if you've got an older model or a Subaru, the fluid breaks down and collects metal shavings over time. Change power steering fluid every 50,000 to 70,000 miles using compatible fluid. Don't use ATF unless your manual specifically lists it. I've seen power steering pumps fail and brake systems lose stopping power, all because these fluids were ignored. Number 5. Replace all your filters on schedule. Filters aren't exciting, but they're critical. Dirty filters choke your car and contaminate everything downstream. Cabin air filter. Replace once a year. A clogged one restricts airflow and stresses your blower motor. Some Honda and Toyota models hide this filter behind the glove box. It's a 5-minute job. Don't pay a dealership $80 for something you can do yourself with a $15 part. Engine air filter. Replace every 12,000 miles or annually. A dirty air filter forces your engine to run rich, wasting fuel and fouling spark plugs. On turbocharged Hondas and Subarus, this can also damage the turbo. Fuel filter. Most newer Japanese cars have in-tank filters that aren't serviceable. But if you drive an older model, replace the fuel filter every 60,000 to 90,000 miles. Use OEM or top-quality filters. A $12 part prevents thousands in damage. Number 6. Rotate tires and check alignment. Simple tire care saves your suspension thousands of dollars in the long run. Rotate your tires every 5,000 miles. Do it every time you change oil. Even tire wear prevents suspension strain and extends tire life by 20,000 to 30,000 miles. Get your alignment checked once a year, especially after hitting potholes. Misaligned wheels don't just ruin tires. They destroy bushings, CV axles, tie rods, and wheel bearings. Signs you need an alignment. Your car pulls to one side, your steering wheel isn't centered, or your tires show uneven wear. Check tire pressure monthly. Underinflated tires wear faster and hurt fuel economy. Most Japanese cars run between 32 and 35 psi. A wheel alignment costs $100. Fixing worn suspension components? Try $1,500 or more. Number 7. Use the right spark plugs at the right time. Spark plugs seem simple, but using the wrong ones or changing them at the wrong time causes problems. For most Toyotas and Hondas, spark plugs last 100,000 to 120,000 miles. Subaru's turbocharged engines need them at 60,000 miles. Some Honda turbo models also call for earlier replacement. Here's the critical part. Use OEM spec plugs, not just the same type, the exact part number. Pull one out, read the number and brand, then match it exactly. I've had customers try to save money with aftermarket plugs, only to deal with rough idle, misfires, and check engine lights. NGK and Denso make plugs for most Japanese cars. Use iridium or platinum plugs that match your car's heat range. Also, even if you haven't hit the mileage limit, replace spark plugs at 10 years. Plugs can seize inside aluminum heads if left too long. I've had to extract broken plugs that seized after 15 years, turning a 20-minute job into a $400 nightmare. Use anti-seize on the threads and dielectric grease on the plug boots. Number 8. Inspect belts and cooling fans. Two things that rarely get checked until they fail: serpentine belts and cooling fans. The serpentine belt drives your alternator, AC compressor, power steering pump, and sometimes the water pump. When it snaps, you lose everything at once. Inspect your serpentine belt every 50,000 miles. Look for cracks, fraying, or shiny glazing. Replace it between 60,000 and 100,000 miles. The belt itself costs $30 to $50. Getting towed because it snapped? That's $150 minimum. Cooling fans help your radiator and AC condenser dump heat. Test them once a year. Turn the AC on max, Pop the hood and make sure both fans are spinning. Timing belts are different. If your car has one, this is non-negotiable. Hondas with J-Series V6s, older Toyotas with 4.7-liter V8s, and most Subarus before 2013 use timing belts. These are interference engines. If the belt snaps, pistons slam into valves and destroy your engine. Replace timing belts every 60,000 to 100,000 miles, and always replace the water pump, tensioners, and idler pulleys at the same time. The job costs $800 to $1,200, but it prevents a $6,000 engine disaster. Number 9. Change differential and transfer case fluids. If you drive a four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive Honda, Toyota, or Subaru, this applies to you. The differentials and transfer case use heavy gear oil that breaks down over time. Change the fluid every 30,000 miles, especially the first change. That flushes out metal shavings from the break-in period. After that, you can extend to 60,000 miles if you don't tow or off-road. Use the correct spec, GL5 or whatever your manual recommends. For Subarus with rear differentials, use 75W90 gear oil. For Honda, CR-VS, and Pilots, check if the rear differential uses hypoid gear oil or ATF. Signs you're overdue: humming or whirring at highway speeds, leaks at seals, or difficulty engaging four-wheel drive. These components are rugged, but repairs cost $2,000 or more. The fluid? About $60 total. Number 10. Never ignore small leaks or warning lights. Here's how most $5,000 repairs start: with a tiny leak or a warning light that someone ignored. If you see oil spots, coolant drips, smell fuel, or your check engine light is on, investigate immediately. Buy a basic OBD2 scanner for $25. It tells you if it's a loose gas cap or something serious. Most problems are cheap to fix if caught early. A $20 PCV valve replacement prevents stuck EGR valves, clogged intakes, and burned oil seals. Have your car fully inspected once a year. Use a flashlight to check for leaks around valve covers, timing chain covers, oil pans, and transmission seals. Japanese engines are incredibly tolerant, but neglect leads to catastrophic failures. Number 11. Check your battery and charging system. Your 12-volt battery powers everything from your starter to your electronics. When it starts failing, your whole car feels it. Most batteries last 3 to 5 years, but I've seen well-maintained ones push 8 to 10 years. Check your battery regularly so you're not stranded. Use a multimeter to test voltage. If the reading is below 12.4 volts, the battery may need charging or replacement. Also, check the terminals for corrosion. That white or blue crusty buildup blocks the connection and can prevent your car from starting. Clean it with a wire brush and some baking soda solution. Takes 5 minutes and costs nothing. When replacing your battery, expect to spend $150 to $300 depending on your model. Number 12. Use quality parts and fluids. This is where people try to save money and end up spending more. Japanese cars are reliable, but they need specific parts designed for their engines. I've seen cheap oxygen sensors throw constant codes, aftermarket MAF sensors that cause rough idle and poor fuel economy, generic coolant that corroded a radiator in 2 years. For critical components, use OEM or quality equivalents.
Oil filters, OEM, Mobil 1 or Fram Ultra. Air filters, OEM K&N or WIX. Coolant, brand-specific or high-quality equivalents like Xerex Asian. Transmission fluid, always use manufacturer-specified fluid. Spark plugs,
NGK or Denso to exact specs. I'm not saying you need dealership parts for everything, but research before buying the cheapest option on Amazon. Read reviews from other owners of your specific car. Saving $15 on a part that causes a $500 problem isn't saving anything. Quality parts reward you with reliable performance.
driving habits that push you past 300K.
Here's what the highest mileage Japanese car owners have in common. They warm up their engines gently. No hard acceleration right after a cold start. They don't ride the brakes. Smooth, gradual stops keep pads, rotors, and calipers alive longer. They keep detailed records. Whether in an app or a notebook, they track every service. They drive consistently. Long highway trips are easier on engines than constant short trips. They fix small problems immediately. Squeaks, clunks, vibrations, or smells get investigated right away. They use cruise control wisely. It's great for engine longevity on flat roads, but hard on CVTs in hilly terrain. Do this, and your Toyota, Honda, or Subaru will reward you with smooth, reliable transportation for decades. Your Japanese car was built to last, but only if you give it what it needs. These 12 steps aren't optional. They're the difference between selling a 300,000-mile car or junking it at 150,000. Follow this maintenance schedule, use quality parts, and your car will outlast your expectations. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video, as I'm sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.